Good evening. MPs have been told children are still being sexually abused in Rochdale, the centre of a child grooming scandal. 9 men were jailed in May for offences including rape. Earlier, the Home Affairs Select Committee criticised the council for being too slow to help victims. Stuart Flinders reports.
It's the first time those who worked on the Rochdale abuse cases have been heard in public. One senior social worker told MPs from 2005 to 2011, her service made referrals for 103 girls complaining of abuse. But she was aware of only 9 prosecutions, the cases that resulted in these men being convicted in court. The abuse, she said, was still going on, and children had been let down.
With attitudes towards teenagers, with absolute disrespect that vulnerable young people did not have a voice. They were overlooked, they were discriminated against, they were treated appallingly by protective services.
Here in Rochdale itself, a serious case review is underway into why the relevant agencies failed in this case. The father of one of the victims has told us he wants to know why his daughter's stories of abuse were simply ignored.
I would like to know what went on. I want answers. I want to know why the victims were rubbished by the council and treated as rubbish. I want to know the working procedures and I want to know what led to the culture of them thinking that way.
Today, the chief executive who left the council this year told MPs he hadn't been aware of the abuse cases.
You did not know till people were arrested. That's right. And between 2010 and 2012, you also had no idea what was going on.
I knew that there were prosecutions pending.
That's all.
Yeah.
You didn't ask what was going on. You didn't ask whether any children were in the care of the local authority. You didn't ask your social workers or your director for any report.
I did ask that question about care of the local authority, and I was told that none of the victims in the prosecution were in the care of Rochdale, that one was in the care of another local authority and placed in a private children's home in Rochdale.
Roger Ellis said he hadn't considered paying back his redundancy payout. I don't feel any sense of personal responsibility for what happened, he said. Stuart Flinders, BBC North West Tonight, Rochdale.
Well, earlier I asked Simon Danchuk, the MP for Rochdale, for his reaction to today's evidence, and he was critical of the former council chief executive, Roger Ellis.
I don't think he probed any of the managers within his organisation. It became apparent in 2010 quite explicitly that perpetrators were being prosecuted for this, and still he didn't ask the questions. He sat on the safeguarding board for the local area and again didn't ask the questions. A working group was set up in 2007 which he wasn't aware of, which was looking at sexual exploitation of young girls, and still he didn't ask the questions, and still he didn't know. It's incompetence on a very large scale, and that's why I'm shocked at what I heard today.
And very worryingly, it's been confirmed that girls are still being abused.
That's right, that's what is clear from this, and we heard that today in the evidence that was given, though I think it's fair to say that the new chief executive, who was also being cross-examined by the committee, has made it quite clear that they're picking up on all the right points that are coming forward and taking the right sort of action that should be taken, so there is some comfort to be drawn from that.
Simon Danchuk there. Just after kick-off in tonight's Preston North